Morning everyone. Well, 14 days ago I put out my eco-environmental fly trap thingy and look at all the flies it's caught. I'm actually going to go give these to the chickens now because it's all organic matter and the chickens will just love it. They'll just eat it up and think it's like chocolate mollies. Lovely. Had a lot of other delays around the place, not getting as much done as I'd like. The ground is just so hard I'm having to hammer in the tread-in posts for the goats. So they're not getting moved as often as they should be. I'm not getting up on a poultry net for the chickens to be able to move them around. My solar energizers aren't working as well as they should be. Missy keeps escaping, so she's actually on a chain now. So she's in the electric fence with Laura, but she's on a chain because she keeps escaping and keeps jumping out. She gets through the net, she breaks the net. It's just, it's just having a lot of challenges at the moment. Like I know a lot of people are. Mine are just different from most people's at the moment. It's Hugo. So yes, the goats are causing me a little bit of grief. And because I'm having to go backwards and forwards to the other house, I'm not getting her milked consistently, so her milk supply is dropping off dreadfully, which is a real problem. Discovered that the clothesline, all the wires on it were all rusted out. I was told that I could try some vinegar and steel wool to clean it off. It had helped, but it was going to be a really huge job, so I decided to just bite the bullet and get some more clothesline wire cord. I would have preferred wire, but they didn't have any, so I'm stuck with the plastic stuff. And I've got it strung up at least so I can hang the washing on the line. There's no real progress with any of the plants in the ground. Haven't noticed any new shoots on that moringa, but the goats ate the ones that were there. Got my square compost bins here, but I haven't got them ready to use. I haven't got much organic matter to give them anyway. The chickens are eating all the compost. The Rhode Island Reds aren't laying very well. I'm getting an egg every few days, but these girls are 3 years old, so generally speaking, birds hit their peak. They decrease their laying at about 3 years. Well, that's usually commercial birds. The heritage breeds are supposed to last laying longer, but it's Red Rooster. This moringa doesn't seem to be doing much of anything at all, really. But I may not be giving it enough water. I'm very concerned about the paddocks. Like, there's only 2 horses and 1 cow in these paddocks, and they've just chomped it right down to the ground. They're not my horses either. They're actually the current owner of the property's horses. So at the moment I'm having to feed Laura and Missy hay, which is really concerning. I need to increase the organic matter in the soil, and that's not something that's going to happen quickly. That's a slow process. So I brought some cuttings from different things over from the other house. I brought some seedlings from Bunnings. My seedlings that I've planted, they don't seem to be germinating. I think it might be my soil might be a bit too acidic, because that mix that I made up a long time ago. And it's just not germinating all that well. Things in the aquaponics are chugging along nicely. I've got lots of different cuttings in here. I've got my citrus trees in here at the moment, as well as a whole heap of mulberry cuttings. They may or may not strike. All you can do is try these things, hey? Got some lemongrass from my friend Tyler, and it's doing quite well. My little celery's doing well. Queensland spinach seems to be doing pretty good. So I've got some seedlings that I'm going to plant out. I really should put another bag of clay balls in this bed, because there's a bit of algae starting to grow because the water level's getting too high. And one of the strawberry plants that I brought back from the other house that I thought was dead has got a new shoot. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that. I can't see the screen all that well. At least it had a green shoot the other day. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Green shoot. So it may survive. The salon spinach is starting to come back after the goats mauled it. Goats. Goats! This strawberry I don't think is going to recover. It just didn't have enough water. It wasn't looked after enough at the other house because we weren't there. And Mum wasn't able to look after it and I didn't know where it was. Just a long story. And my chicken eggs are due to hatch today, but they don't appear to be hatching. So I don't know, that batch of chickens just may not happen. But I did have a couple of days there where it was quite warm out here and my incubator wasn't regulating its temperature well. And the heat spiked. There was like a whole week there that the heat was spiking each day, which was not good. I have lost a few fish, but there is still some in there. You can't see them at the moment. That's all good. The beds aren't cycling properly, but it's better than nothing. The basil seems to be doing well. I should actually chop those tops off and put them into the bed so that they'll strike. But I might do that later. Just got 1,001 things to do at the moment and not getting anything done. I seem to be missing one of my cages from the bottom too. I could only find 2 of them. So I've got another 3 beds here, but only 2 bases. So I'm not quite sure exactly where we're going to put that up. There's a lot of concrete there. I don't know what that's there for or why it was there. But it is definitely in the road. But it's all good. But unfortunately this sump can't handle any more beds on it, I don't think. So yes, and it's a priority to me. It doesn't seem to be a priority to my husband, so he's not helping very much with it at the moment, which is a bit of a problem. But he's working very long hours and his shift starts really early. Like he's having to leave the house by 4:30, the latest, and then doing a 9-hour day. Fairly manually intensive too, so he's moving around 120 odd kilos worth of cables, going through crawl spaces that are really quite small. So he's got a big job on his hand. So I'm just feeling a little bit low at the moment, but thought I'd give you the update on the fly trap. And I've had to put Lucy in here with the guinea fowl because everyone was attacking her. So Lucy's over here getting a bit of a rest. The guinea fowl don't seem to be bothering her too much. That's my escapee guinea fowl. Thankfully he's staying with his nestling mates, which is good. Hatchlings. I've got to do something with Mr. Cuddles. I don't want to put Mr. Cuddles in with Lucy because he's just too aggressive. He's only little, but he's very feisty. But yeah, anyway, I've got a lot to do. So have a great day. Bless you.